let's practice solving equations, and there's so many various levels to solving an equation in algebra. It can start with really simple and it just builds up. There's all these different types that we kind of learned this year. So I'm going to start out simple for this video. I might do a couple of videos and kind of build up. So pick where you're at in your level that you need kind of help with. So today, for this video, we're going to work on kind of some simple equations. And we're going to start with some examples here. So a simple equation would be something like this. 2x minus 4 equals 12. The concept of the letter x in algebra is we call it a variable. It stands for something. It stands for a number. So x is a number. X could be 3, it could be 5, it could be 12, it could be negative 10, 100, 1,000, 0.745, 3/5. Yeah, I could keep doing this forever, but x is just some number that we don't know. So a lot of times in class I say, it's a variable. That's the math name for it, but it's also just a mystery number. It's an unknown. So whatever it is, we're trying to figure it out. And we've got a perfect example of a problem where we could actually do that. What we do in class is we take the equal sign, we put a line down the middle, and if we want to solve for x, then that means at the very bottom we want an answer that says x equals something, some answer. So we're trying to move things over across this line so that only x is here by itself. So for instance, the minus 4, I could move across the line. When I cross over, we do this with algebra tiles, but it's like I'm flipping the 4 over. It was a negative 4, it's going to flip into a positive 4. So it's just the opposite. So we cross it out because it's moved over. And 12 plus 4, that's easy, that's 16. So I have 2x's equals 16. If I've got 2x's and 16 somethings, I can split it up. I can say, well, let's divide the x's into 2 groups and divide each side into 2 groups. And 16 divided by 2 is 8. So I'm going to say my answer is x equals 8. So I figured this last step out by 2 times x. I did the opposite. I did 2 divided by 2 to cancel this, and 16 divided by 2. So that's kind of an example of a basic equation. We're going to do a few of these and kind of just practice. So here's another example. Let's say you had 3 minus 9x equals 30. 3 minus 9x equals 30. I want to know what is x. Solve for x. So line down the middle. We want our answer at the bottom to say x equals something. So let's move things away from it. Let's start with the 3 that's over here. I'll move the 3 all the way across the line. Right now, that 3 is a positive 3. There's no plus sign there because it's unnecessary, but if I cover all this up, it's just a regular old 3. So move it across and it becomes a negative 3. Just the opposite. So I'll cross this out. 30 minus 3 is 27. And if you cross this out, I still have a negative x, a minus 9x. So negative 9x equals 27. And now the last step, divide. Divide by the negative 9 on both sides. You want to get rid of that negative 9. So this crosses out, and I get x equals 27 divided by 9 is 3. And it's a negative number, so it's a negative answer. X equals negative 3. There's my answer. Alright, so let's do another one. Let's say you have this. You have 5 minus 4x. Well, we'll say 5 plus 4x, just to change it up. 5 plus 4x equals 3x minus 7. A little more complicated. We're going to put a line down the middle. We're going to solve for x. Normally at the very bottom we want x equals an answer. But notice there's a little dilemma here. We have x's on both sides. So these should probably be together, probably all on one side. So I'm going to have to focus on that today. I'm also going to, move this 5 over. And right now it's a positive 5. So I'm going to flip it to a negative 5 to get rid of that. So I have 4x's equals 3x's. And then I have minus 7 minus 5. So that's a lot of minuses. That's a minus 12 if you combine those. Then what I'm going to do is I want x's together. So take the 3x's and move them over so they're with the 4x's. If you move them across that line, they turn into 3 negative x's. Negative 3x is what that turns into. So you do 4 minus 3, and that's 1x. So you get 1x equals, if you cover that up, a negative 12 is left over. And technically, 1x is x. That's all it is 1x. So negative 12 is going to be my answer. X equals negative 12. Okay, so try one on your own. Pause the video and do this one and see if you're getting the hang of this. See if you can do these. So try this. You have 6x minus 4 equals 10 plus 4x. Pause the video and see if you can get a right answer. Alright, so you put a line down the middle. We'll see if you got it right. You want your answer. You want an x equals answer at the bottom. So you start moving things around a little bit. Let's take the minus 4 and move it over. It'll flip over and turn into a positive 4. That'll get rid of it. And 10 plus 4 can go together. 10 plus 4 is 14. So we have 14 plus the 4x's equals on the other side 6x's. Why don't we get the x's together now? So take the 4x and move it across the line. It's a plus 4, so it's going to turn into a minus 4. So we'll get rid of that. And 6 minus 4 is 2, so we have 2x's equals 14. 14 left over. And then we almost have an answer. We have one more step left. We have 2x's, so we got to divide it into 2 groups. And 14 divided into 2 is going to be 7. So our answer is x equals 7. And hopefully that's what you got, x equals 7. Alright, so keep watching. That was kind of our first level, level 1 of solving equations. And there's going to be more to come. So look for some more videos. Hope that helps.